of technical error. It has not started in 1:15. We are a little late, maybe half an hour. Okay. Today we'll focus on a very interesting topic: storytelling technique that you can use in classroom settings. In your classroom, while teaching any subject, how you can use this technique. Now, I am not there to tell you how to teach. Of course, you know much better. But here, a technique I'll share with you, which makes the teaching interesting not only for the teachers but also for the students. Let's see. So, what is storytelling? What is storytelling? Now, if we divide it in two parts, story and telling, let's see what is a story. It's a specific structure of narrative with a specific style and set of characters, and which includes a sense of completeness. So that is a story. Now let's talk about telling. Person to person, oral and physical presentation of a story to an audience. Now combining together, what happens? It is an art. Storytelling is the art of using language, vocalization, and physical movements and gestures to reveal the element and images of a story to a specific live audience. So that is the most important thing. When you present it, how to tell the story, how you will make it interesting, that makes it effective. If you are not able to give it properly, then it is not effective at all. Next slide. Next slide. Now, if we compare these two techniques, one reading aloud story to small kids, another telling stories. Of course, when you were a child, you also loved doing which one? This one or that one? Which one do you prefer?
Listening story.
This is the best. Isn't it?
Yes.
Next slide. The winner is
Yes.
all of you agree, isn't it? Any doubt? No. We all agree that storytelling, this is the best thing. In our childhood, when we heard from our grandparents, it was the most interesting. Better to escape from studies, let's hear to the stories, isn't it? Okay. So, in this too, we can find that storytelling is much more interesting. Now, how to tell stories? How to tell stories? Telling story is not an easy task. It needs practice. It's not very easy. Everybody cannot tell a story, or everybody can dictate. We can dictate. There was a king who lived in the forest, and then one day, very boring. It is not effective. For effectiveness, we need something first. We have to prepare. These are the audience. There is the person who is telling the story. Now, what he is doing? I think you can understand which story is going on. Can you guess out which story?
Ghost story.
No. Look at properly at this thing. You know the story. All of you know the story. The piper. Remember? Yes. So the person is dictating that story. These are his audience. Now, first, what he has to do? He has to prepare an environment. A background is necessary. If you want to tell a ghost story, first you have to make that ambience, that setting, that is required. Of course, next thing is your voice. Of course, voice is very important. Some has God-gifted voice. I may not have that much, but some has Amrish Puri style voice, Kadir Khan voice. These are very effective voices. So that voice is very essential to tell story. Next, the manner in which the story is said, the way you are saying. That means there you have to use your body and face, your facial expressions, your body movements. All those are important. Of course, the language. Language should not be very complex. It should be very easy, lucid style, so that they can understand. Who are the audience? We have to keep in our mind. When we are talking about school, our audience are small children. So we have to take into consideration to them, and then only we have to focus. Next slide. That means what we get, gestures and movements are very important. I think most of you will agree when you teach, you use your hands, don't use. Not for beating. You use your hands for explaining many things. Sometimes to show something, you use your hands. Hands are very effective. So the gestures and movement, you can use your whole body. Your whole body can be done. So this technique is known as total physical response. So this response, as the teachers give, so can we get it from the students as well. Let's see how. So this TPR storytelling technique, it is a method of second or foreign language teaching that includes actions, pantomime, and other techniques. Much is taught through stories. So when you are teaching a second language or a foreign language, English to students of our country is not, it's not a native term. It is foreign language, or you can say second language for most. Hence, this technique can very easily be used in it. In our country, we find there are many who feel means a kind of afraid, fearness they have regarding the second language or foreign language. They have a fear. So to remove that fear, we can use this technique. This technique is very helpful for us to remove that fear. So the best known ESL approach, ESL stands for English as second language. So the best known ESL approach involving movement is total physical response, as said by Asher in 1969. So in TPR, what happens? The teacher at first gives commands, then maybe he models them, and then gradually wins the student from watching the teacher's model. So the teacher at first says what to do. Then he himself may design something and present the story before them. Then the student asks the students do this, do that. In that way, they feel more attached or attractive in that particular topic that is being taught. Next please. So here what happens, the students when this technique is used, then after that what students how they respond? The students are able to tell the story themselves, while others act it out. Some students, some will tell the story, some will act it. In the next step, the teacher tells the main story, which the students later retells or revise. So teacher tells the story, students listens to it, then they tells it again. Then the students can create their own stories and tell them. So here comes the innovation part. Here in this kind of technique, what happens? You can engage the student in taking part. We, as according to new NEP, we are no longer teachers. Sorry, we are no longer teachers. Then what are we? We are facilitators. We are facilitators. So our work is to facilitate. That means what we have to do, we have to make our students participate in the classroom teaching. It's not that we are teaching and they are listening. They will not stay there dumb. They will take part in this action, and then it will be the full. Next one, please. Now, now much lecture has been done. The thing is that how to do. You can use this technique but every teacher can use it for teaching any subject. In your whichever subject you are expertise, there you can use this technique. Now I'll share one in teaching grammar. Suppose how to do. Just an example I'm giving. How to teach grammar. Suppose I am teaching students story of noun. Okay. Now grammars some may feel very boring. So to make them interesting, so that they don't disturb in the class, so that they are more attentive, let's share a story. Once in a village, there lived a family, a large family. Now, the problem was there was a mystery in their house. What was that? One noun was there in that family. They used to say that he is a part of their family, but nobody has seen him. They were 5 in total. One was proper noun. He was the head of the family. He always takes active part everywhere. Whenever anybody comes, he is the first person to receive everything. Now, like this, they have some other brothers also. Now, I am not going in details of the story, then it will be very long. So, at last, means the main point I am going. Nobody has come, everybody wants to enter their house and meet their junior brother abstract now. Nobody gets to see. Because they say, yes, he is there, but he cannot be seen, he can only be felt. Like this, we can win a story and prepare a story. Then we can get the attraction of the story. Now, because I belong to the language group, I am referring the story. Now, you can use it in your also. One of my colleagues has shared one story with me. I want to just a few lines. I want to share it with you. While teaching maths, the chapter is fraction. The title of the story is The King Fraction Babu and His Soldiers. Once upon a time, there was a king named Fraction Babu. Every evening, he used to play with his soldiers, asking them about the part of a whole thing. This disturbed the whole team to concentrate on the game. One evening, one intelligent soldier named Saktida wanted to teach the king. But there was a problem. The problem was that they couldn't teach the king as he was the king. So he knew everything. So, okay, children, can you guess how Saktida taught the king about the fraction? Let's see. Like that, then it continues. The story is very long. In this way, one of my colleagues he had prepared the story. Now, I myself tried to introduce this in one activity for class 8 assignment I had given. And you will be very surprised to know that few stories are so nice. The students they have prepared. I myself have never thought it in that way, the way they had given. Yes, there are few who have copied from Google Baba. That's a very common place to copy. But few students are there who are very innovative and they have prepared the story on their own and shared it with me. I myself felt very amazing how they had thought. That means if we include this technique, it will make them innovative and creative. That is what we do. Tens to teach tens, all knows every class from class 1 to class 10 they are getting the same thing. Then what is the difference you are giving them? That is what required. So that when they listen to a story, they can keep it within themselves more. When you say something, write something on the board, of course they take it down, but very few gives attention and very few things remain back in their mind. But when you dictate a story, when you say a story, it remains. You will see in support of this, I can say when children they watch a movie, once they watch the movie, they remember who is the actor, who is the actress, who is the director, what has happened, who is the villain, all the story, nothing. Nothing they forget. You teach a chapter, they forget everything. But if we try to use this, I'm not saying that we can do everything, every chapter can be done. Time is also a constraint in school. We have only 40 minutes. And that also 5 minutes goes away, coming from one class to another class. Then some students, they will go to washroom, they will go here and there, drink water. It takes up little time. Yes, there is a time constraint. That's why you need to prepare your lesson plan in such a way that you can adjust your story accordingly. You cannot make a story too long, it will be boring. It will keep it short. But the main idea, that is, you want to teach something, that should reach the students. That much should be there. Then once you do it, then let's talk what you can do after that. Next slide. Activities. This can be done in junior classes, of course. Senior classes we cannot do it. Junior classes are very interesting. A teacher first tells the story, then to give an expression. Suppose there was a word named sorrow. So we can give an expression. How you can show this sorrow? Like this you can engage them. At last you can ask them to invent one story of their own. In this way they will also get interested in the class. Next slide, please. Now, I'll talk about the benefits. What are the benefits of storytelling? There are many benefits. Few I have tried to jot down. So those we will discuss over here. These are few that I am talking about. First one, storytelling method can ensure a captive audience. Your audience will be captivated. That means there will be no problem somebody disturbing under the bench or somebody pulling others' leg. Nothing. No such thing will happen. All will be interested and they will be attracted towards you. Next, it's an effective method to communicate important messages to people as they can be fun and interesting. You'll find even in business houses this technique is used. Even if you listen to MBA giants, they use this technique, storytelling, to refer to some importance of their business, but they try to say it through a story. Next, the listener responds with deep concentration, enthralled by the experience that is being said in the story, shared in the story. A story explains the theory of constraint better than any classroom lecture. That is the best way. Next slide, sir. A story enhances the brain function outside the function. The brain can function outside its capacity. Whatever the function it is doing, outside that also it can function. That is the advantage of storytelling. It is the shortest distance from head to heart. Story reaches from head to heart very easily. A topic doesn't reach such easily to the heart, but it will reach to the heart. If it reaches to the heart, it will remain in the heart. They will not forget. A story, when used as a study or learning technique, is a chain or thread that can be used to link different facts, whether related or unrelated. You can link it. Next, stories make points more memorable to the story. It provokes, engages, and awakens the children. They get to know something new. They are awakened to new experiences. Story helps to relate personally to universal truths. Sometimes they can relate even themselves with the story that is related in the story, with the experience that is related in the story. Audience moves from listening to visualization due to the relevance of the story. When you share the story, they will think over it. An image appears in front of their eyes. They think over it. Yes, this thing is happening. Okay. You have to give time also to them to get that experience. Then it brings changes in behavior, habits, and attitudes, and simplifies a complex concept. Difficult and complex concepts of your teaching can be made very easy by this technique. Next slide. Now, Robert McAfee, what he has said regarding storytelling. Storytelling is the most powerful way to put ideas into the world today, according to Robert McAfee. And Siberian elder, he says that if you don't know the trees, you may be lost in the forest. But if you don't know the stories, you may be lost in life. A very big thought he has given. Okay. Now, if you want to know about all these things, you can refer to these sites. You can know even details, benefits of storytelling, about storytelling. If you want to know in details, if you want to incorporate in your practice, in your teaching, you can take down these links. You can easily do it from here. Okay. You will get much more information than I am sharing with you. I am sharing very less. There is ample you can do from here. Okay. Next slide. Thank you. Maybe you like it. If you don't like it. Now, if you have any question regarding it, you can of course ask me. I don't know whether I will be able to answer. I'll try to answer.
Sir, kindly explain pantomime.
See, sometimes what happens, you can use techniques like mind. Have you heard mind?
Yes.
Mind technique. So that is what you can use by gestures. You are using your body to show some gestures, and then the other students they are you play sometimes you play dumb charades. That is also kind of pantomime.
Thank you.
Yes.
Suggestions.
Anything else?
Nothing. Absolutely clear.
Yes.
So thank you very much. Thank you, Father Principal, for giving this opportunity to me. Thank you, Mr. Ghosh sir, for the whole thing. And of course, Ashish sir, thank you for helping me explain the slides and connecting to it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.